Ladies and gentlemen, what is up, gang? Love y'all. We have to talk about Mr. Darrell Brooks. Now, as usual, if you guys are not following my Instagram, go check it out at agtactical25. Always in the description. And if you want to support the channel, of course, and get some exclusive content, some rated R content, as I call it, go check out my Patreon. Anyway, we're talking about Mr. Darrell Brooks and his temper. Now, we're taking a little break from the witnesses and all the other people that have to, that weigh in on the whole situation. We're just talking about good old-fashioned Brooks in all his glory. These are the two times that I found him to be the most disturbing of a human being. Let's go to Exhibit 1. Cocky little asshole. Look at that face. Now, this is early on into the trial, so my boy is feeling himself right about now.
Something to discuss outside of the presence of the jury. That pleases the court.
Do you want to do that now or after your next witness?
We can.
If that pleases the court. Now, I think this is earlier on in the trial where he was really feeling himself. He really thought he was Mr. Lawyer. And she was, now she'll just ignore him. But she was actually treating him as like a legit, it was a legit motion. Oh, we'll let the jury leave. Oh, we'll actually take this up with you. It's all a spectacle. The guy is crazy.
All right. I'll address a legal issue, and we'll bring the jury back in when we're ready. I'll rise for the jury, please.
See? See, all that is just a form of power. All rise for the jury, Oh, let's get them out of here because we need to talk to you about something, You need to raise emotion. Everybody's eyes are on you, He feels powerful. I mean, look at his face. He's like a toddler who felt like he has permission over the video game, and it's actually just unplugged. Like, look at him. This is all feeding his ego. I promise you that.
Go ahead, Mr. Brooks.
Bro, that's actually crazy how she really thought there was going to be some constructive, argument here. Look at his face with his stinky ass breath, bro. I promise you, all the money in my bank account, this man's breath smells like ass. Look how dark it looks inside of his mouth, bro. I'm telling you. Ew, bro. I could smell it. And you guys are right. His tattoo does say 100% on his fist. 100% dumbass, bro. 100% dickhead. What else? Y'all put in the comments. Make it a whole string. 100% what? That's the question. What is he?
Some of these, judging by the reports.
Oh God.
How are some of these answers allowed to pass when they're coming straight from reports made by the people on the stand? Very curious.
I don't understand your question.
Me neither.
I'm not sure what you're asking me.
What I'm asking is, reading from the report that the people on the stand are giving, the report that they gave to law enforcement.
If you're asking me whether there's a mechanism in the rules of evidence and how to establish that before the jury, the answer to that is yes. If you're asking me how you do that, I'm not going to answer that.
I didn't ask how. I just.
You're asking. See, this is where it goes to show where being a lawyer for yourself is really not a good idea. Even if you did go to law school, this guy doesn't even understand how some witnesses can testify. He feels like it shouldn't be in evidence. You know what I mean? But that shows how you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't think. All he does is think like, oh yeah, I could bullshit. I could argue my way out this other one. I could argue my way out this other one. That's how he lived his life. But guess what? You can't argue your way out the law, bro. They're just going to send you to jail.
To be blunt, which I've been since the beginning of this trial, obviously, I see the whole strategy here by the prosecution.
Look at that smile. Everybody, hold on. Let's get a good zoom in. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at those little shark teeth. It looked like he got a grill and like shaved them down and put the grill in, but then they took him out because he couldn't pay for them, or he had payments. They probably took that shit out. Look at those teeth, bro. Back this shit up.
Right through it. Don't have any cross-examination.
Shut the fuck up. Hold on. Jesus.
Strategy.
Oh, look at that handsome boy, guys. Look, you see the handsome boy? Oh my God. Bro, that's the ugliest man I've seen in a minute, y'all. That shit is crazy. Look at them teeth, though. You see the gum? You see the gum-tooth ratio? Sheesh.
I see the whole strategy here by the prosecution.
Uh-huh.
I see right through it. Don't have any cross-examination. Mainly because you've already schooled the people getting on the stand on how to answer certain things.
Well, that is completely speculative on your part without
It's
any
obvious.
basis in law or fact.
It's obvious.
Sir, you could ask questions that establish that. You can ask them if they've met with anyone. You haven't done that. So for you to say that right now is without basis. If you want to...
It's clear.
If you are looking to elicit what they said in the report, there is a way under the rules of evidence.
See, she's still trying to be Miss Teacher. She's trying to still school him and teach him how to save his own life. Guess what? It ain't gonna work, bro. Prosecution, right? They're asking these questions. Really, they're steering the question. It's not like they prep the person. They're like, yeah, we're gonna ask you this. You're gonna answer this way. No, they ask very close-ended questions. There's not much wiggle room for someone to go another route. Like, is it true that you were sitting down on the couch eating popcorn watching Jersey Shore on Wednesday the 7th, right? Yes. What else can I say? Yes, but I was sleepy. Yeah, it's a yes or a no type of question. That's not coaching somebody. That's just having a really good way of asking questions to get to the point that you want to prove. It's called being a good prosecutor. He wouldn't know anything about that.
Based upon the way the witnesses have answered, to clarify that. But that requires you to call certain witnesses. I'm not going to give you any more legal advice further.
See, that's exactly. See, I'm gonna stop pausing it. That's the biggest lie in this channel. I'm not gonna give you any further legal advice. You are the judge, man. And that's one thing that I would say kind of calls for a mistrial, is that the judge, giving the defendant/lawyer legal advice. That doesn't sound right. But hey, let's leave it in the past. Let's leave him in jail. But that right there, we're teetering right here. You know what I mean? Let's back that up real quick. Listen to what she says.
Answered, to clarify that. But that requires you to call certain witnesses. I'm not going to give you any more legal advice further.
I'm not going to give you any more legal advice. You shouldn't have even said that, Judge Darrell. You shouldn't have even said that shit. Yes, she's giving him legal advice. No, she should not be doing that.
Than that.
I don't think I have to
So
call any other witnesses that's
if you're asking me to strike their testimony based on your
I didn't say
perceived,
anything
then that's
about that.
all right. Then I'm going to bring the jury back out. And you're going to call your next witness. So I'm not hearing a request from you at this time. You said you wanted to raise a legal issue. What's the legal issue?
The legal issue is how is the state allowed to coach the people?
You're assuming
getting on the
they
stand?
spoke to them and coached them.
It's obvious. I'm not stupid.
Hey, look at that temper. This is Exhibit 1, boys and girls. It's really girls and boys. Exhibit 1 of him being an asshole and losing his temper.
I disagree with that, sir. Again, you could ask questions to lay a foundation
all of a sudden, the
with
state
these
don't got,
witnesses.
all of a sudden, For the first time in trial, all of a sudden now they don't got no cross. That's clearly a rush to try to get through the case. Hurry up. We just gonna let these people go.
Well, this is
not,
argument.
Come on, man.
Objection. I'm being rushed to judgment. Objection. Speculative. No. My favorite one is objection. Well, what does that mean? You can't object to asking a fucking question, you dumbass. Yeah, he's losing it, man. It's all crumbling down. You're seeing the meltdown in 4K. Well, this is more like 1080p, but this might be even less than 1080p, but you're seeing it.
This is argument on your part, sir. It is pure commentary
I just want
at this
that on
point.
the record. I see through it.
Okay.
And your
Yes, sir.
see-through
But I see through it.
has
He sees through it.
absolutely no basis in
Yeah,
fact.
I know that's what's being done.
You
Come
could
on, man.
ask these questions. You could
Come on,
ask
man.
these
Got the right
witnesses
one.
certain questions, and you're not.
Far from an idiot.
They're your witnesses, sir. If you believe.
So I'm gonna start asking every witness up here that they seem just to mysteriously now not have any cross for. Have they been coached to answer the way they answer? Because
Well, you can't ask that, but you can ask them if they've met with anyone.
Oh, he hit her with the hand sign. Hold on, bitch. I'm not done talking. He hit her with the, he's really, he's the type of guy who backhands girls. He's the backhander type of guy. Look at those long nails.
Ahead of their testimony here
funny.
today.
He'll backhand you like Prince. You know what I mean? Like he'll hit you with the whoosh. You could tell he's kind of sassy. Look at those hands when he gets angry. And this is what happens when boys grow up around their mothers and their aunties and their grandmas. And what happened to Darrell Brooks? Who was he around? Mom, grandma, that weird preacher lady, all them women. Like it's like when a man is concentrated around nothing but women, not saying nothing's wrong with it, but he picks up female tendencies, and that's why you gotta let your boy around the mom and the dad. You can't have him around nothing but women because it's gonna be an imbalance. You're going to want a manly man, and you're going to have a Darrell Brooks, and it's not going to work out.
Which you've done with other witnesses.
I find it very funny that these are their reports, and now all of a sudden you can, I saw the person in the car. But
Mr. Brooks,
I saw them
an
reach for
attempt by
something.
you
I
to delay these
I don't
proceedings.
recall what they had on.
Mr. Brooks,
You can
there's
recall
no
seeing
purpose
somebody
for you
reach
saying
something
this
and
right
don't
now.
know
Look
what
at
they had
him.
on.
Look at him.
I find that
All right,
very.
I'm having the jury brought
man.
out. I'm instructing you to
Come on,
avoid
man.
the commentary when the jury comes out, or you will
I didn't
forfeit
say-
your right to be
I didn't say
present.
nothing.
So you need two sides. Now, if he was behaving like this in front of his uncle, y'all let me know. But I highly doubt there's males around him. Not even male influence. Screw the male influence. I'm just saying males in general. You get smacked across your face. Your vision might get a little wobbly. Then you're like, oh shit, I can't go around talking to people like that.
Before we do that, there's an issue that we do need to take up potential as to a witness by the name of Abel Lescano. He has prior criminal history.
Thank you.
So as long as the jury's out, we should probably discuss that. I would like to provide the defendant and the court with a copy.
So that had to be said. So it's the defendant.
That's not how it was said.
Yo, my boy is comedy and he doesn't even realize
That was
it.
how I said you want to defend.
He's comedy and doesn't even realize it.
So as long as the jury's out, we should probably discuss that. I would like to provide the defendant and the court with a copy.
So that had to be said. So it's the defendant.
That's not how it was said.
That's not how it was said, Mr. Brooks. The fact that that judge, y'all be tripping. The fact that Judge Darrell be responding to him is what really cracks me up, bro. Like, why are you responding to him? Just ignore him. Let the proceedings continue. And she does this all trial. But,
That was how I said you want to run the record back.
Mr. Brooks,
So I'm the only one. I got one.
Mr.
I got one
Brooks.
ear that work, and I heard that.
this
Come on,
is
man.
to benefit
man.
you so
No,
that
it's
you
not.
understand
Ain't none of
your
this to benefit me,
witness
so let's be
has a
clear about
prior
that.
record.
Your Honor, when I think
okay. Why does he have one ear that works? Y'all hit me up with that one. Sweet. Why?
the table, I'm away from the courtroom, and I have to elevate my voice. This is the
So she had to
alleged
elevate her
record
voice
of Abel
just for
Lescano.
that.
Stop talking.
Come on, man. in return for value this document.
One more interruption and you're going to be removed to the next courtroom.
That's what you want to do anyway.
It's not what I want to do. Do not interrupt Attorney Opper.
So can
Yeah, you know, she's the illest attorney in that room. You better respect her. Man, if she was in there in you see the way she probably outclassed him. She probably fuck him up. I'm telling you. The dude ain't that heavy. I'm just saying.
He has 7 prior criminal convictions via OWI 2nd from 1997 and OWI 3rd from 1997.
All right, now they start bringing up his little child diddler charges, you know what I mean? Those charges you don't really want anybody to know about. And, you know, this is probably the staple Darrell Brooks moment right here. This right here is what represents the entire trial. You got to love it.
3 criminal trespass to dwelling from 2006.
Right, I need to take a break. This man right now is having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared. And we're taking a break.
Now, I don't think she should have said that. You know, don't give him the satisfaction. He's trying to make you scared. What is he going to do? Kill you with his eyes? With his eye holes? You know what I mean? But yeah, that was Darrell Brooks having a staring contest with the judge. You've never seen some shit like this before in your life. I'm telling you. Maybe you have, but not recently. But anyway, so they remove him to the other court. And here's some other footage of him removing some clothing from himself. So let's see what's going on here.
All right, we are back on the record. Appearances are as they were before. I need to make a record that at 8:42 a.m. this court ordered Mr. Brooks be removed from the courtroom due to repeated interruptions and disruption with the court. This, of course, comes on the recent history with Mr. Brooks. On every day that we have been in court since Monday, he has shown a complete and utter disrespect for the simple rules of civility.
Now, I just want to point this one thing out, right? So he goes from the slamming on the desk to staring her down, all that shit. And now he goes to taking his shirt off. Now, why does he do that? Because he's on mute, guys. He doesn't get his attention. So how do I draw some attention? And he was like, I have a genius idea. I'm going to take my shirt off. And guess what? It worked. You know, shirt's off. Now everybody's talking about him. The guy has an undeniable need to be the center of attention in all, imagine running through that crowd of people. You would want to be as low as possible, but nah, he postures himself as upright as possible. Nah, this is not right. You guys are out to get me, and Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? Like that's his whole vibe right there. Straight up.
He has been removed from the courtroom multiple times.
Ugly ass.
This morning alone, he started interrupting this court within a minute of the court calling the case. I should also make a record at the moment he is muted because of the way that he was removed from the courtroom and his conduct since. I have been given just a bit of information about it. I will advise everyone that I have required that the Sheriff's Department file a written report with the court regarding Mr. Brooks's conduct. I'm told that he would not sit down while in this courtroom in order to have the shackles removed so that he could be taken to the other courtroom, that he was resisting, that at one point he took off a shoe. And
I mean, what can you think of? He's like, man, what can I do to make these guys' jobs as hard as possible? Shit, I'll start stripping down. I'll take a shoe off. I'll take my whole shirt off. You know what? I won't sit in the chair. I'm gonna sit on the table. What kind of behavior does that? What kind of behavior does that make you think of? A 10-year-old, right? Literal 10-year-old behavior. It's just this time he got behind the wheel of a 2-ton truck. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a small difference.
it appeared to the deputies that he was going to throw the shoe. You can see that he is seated with his back to the court or to the camera. He took his shirt off as well. I'm also told that he is threatening to throw and break items. I want to give him headphones since he has claimed in the past to be hard of hearing in one ear, but given his statement that he would throw and break things, unless he can pledge to this court that he will not do that, I'm not going to provide that information.
My boy can't even get a pair of headphones. So he is down bad. He is down horrendously bad, bro. Like, come on, just take a chill pill, bro. You threw your life away already, right? So just chill. Like, it's all good. Like, he knew there was no light at the end of this tunnel, man. It just gets darker and darker from here, and darker. That's it. And then you die. That's pretty much it for you. You know what I mean? Like,
I will
crazy,
advise
right?
that the audio in that courtroom should be turned up accordingly so that it is louder than it has been. I've also been advised that the audio and visual equipment is working in that courtroom. The deputies that are in there can see and hear the court through the Polycom system. Today is a little bit different in that there is no Zoom. And so, but this court, with the blessing of technology in this new building, have the ability to call in one room system to the other. That is why we're able to see and, when appropriately, hear him when unmuted. And then there are the 4 camera angles that are presently.
He's saying some with his hands. What is he?
Courtroom. I have the camera in the other courtroom on a single camera, since he's the only individual in there. This court has.
Man, I was surprised he didn't take his pants off. You know what I mean? Like, really go for it, bro. Like, you're going all this far. Might as well take the pants off, take off the boxers, make this whole shit a spectacle. You want a mistrial as fast as possible. There you go. You know? There you go.
Extended this courtroom to the neighboring courtroom. While there is ample evidence in the record, not only through the proceedings up to this point, but this morning alone, that through his conduct, he has forfeited his right to be present. I'd also make a finding that he is appearing from that courtroom, and that because of the audio and visual equipment and system that we have in place, that it is the functional equivalent of being present in this courtroom.
Yeah, so you can't call for no mistrial, because that's the first thing he's going to say. It's like, oh, well, I wasn't present. Oh, this and that. One time toward the end of the trial, he was like, well, you guys rushed me to judgment. You know, this calls for mistrial. You know what I mean? So she's making very clear for the record, since, you know, the record is all he cares about. Hey, this is not grounds for mistrial. This is the same as you being right here. And, you know, it was the COVID time, too. So everybody knew that. Being on Zoom call is basically you being at work. So, yeah, this is going to stick.
Relied repeatedly on Illinois versus Allen. I've read portions of that case into the record. I don't intend to go through that at length here today, other than to indicate that trial judges that are confronted with disruptive, contemptuous, stubbornly defiant defendants must be given sufficient discretion to meet the circumstances of each case. No one formula exists for maintaining the appropriate courtroom.
Now he's damn near doing sign language. He's like, you know what I mean? Like this, you know, he is so mad. The second he doesn't have any control in something, he loses it, bro. The most narcissistic person I've covered to date. I promise you that one. I'm doing Chad Doorman over on my Patreon, and I'm going to try to bring over certain pieces that they allow me to bring over here. But not even he comes off as that narcissistic. You know what I mean? This guy tops everybody.
Fear will be best in all situations. And in that case, there were at least 3 constitutionally permissible ways for a trial judge to handle a stubborn.
He's like, oh, hey, look at my tattoos. Hey, guys, look how cool I am. Look at my tattoos. Look at my Dawn tattoo. My mommy tattoo.
Defiant defendant, which this court would find Mr. Brooks squarely has become and has demonstrated over the course of these last few days. One option is to bind and gag him. I've already talked about at a previous hearing why I choose not to do that. Cite him for contempt. I choose not to do that either. The third is to take him out of the courtroom until he promises to conduct himself properly. Mr. Brooks today, of course, showed up in court from the jail in his jail attire. He does that by his choice. I gave him the opportunity to go back to the jail to put on his suit and tie or other street clothes. He refused to answer that question.
Yeah, it's because he knows he's guilty, bro. Why would I put on street clothes when I know I'm already home? Yo, this is comfy. This is comfy, bro. I'm not trying to change after I wake up all musty, stinky breath, like I'm trying to come as I am, nice and comfortable, bro. Shit. He knows he's home because if I was in there and I knew I was innocent, guess what? I'm putting on the nicest suit my family could get me. If they got the regular shit, I'm grabbing the best looking shit because guess what? I don't belong in here. But he knows he belongs in there. That's home. Come on now.
This court will continue with this trial, as I have previously indicated. There are many resources that have been put into bringing this day to bear, and it is important for all involved that this trial continue. Again, Mr. Brooks is given the opportunity to appear from that other courtroom. At this point, I'm still in the final housekeeping matters, and so he clearly has forfeited his right to be present for that. I will advise Mr. Brooks, as I have advised him repeatedly, if at any point in time he wants to come back and he is willing to promise that he will abide by the rules of courtesy and decorum and be civil and show respect for the court proceedings for all individuals in this courtroom, including Mr. Brooks himself, then he may come back in. It's also my intention to give him that opportunity at each new stage. But again, we are in the...
What are you saying? It's almost like he knows we're not going to understand, but he just does it anyway. It's like he's just pressing random emotes on his controller, bro. But anyways, y'all, that was Darrell Brooks completely melting down, like a full-on meltdown of the Brooksy boy, But anyways, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed it. We're going to get more in-depth of the witness testimonies. There is a lot of testimony to go through. When I tell you this trial is long, it is super long. But anyways, y'all, love y'all. Stay inside. Stay safe. Check out my Patreon. Follow my Instagram. See you in the next one.